guys, it's Kylie and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a quick and easy tutorial for y'all to make a basic bulky beanie. And I'm saying bulky because I'm using a number 5 weight bulky yarn to make this beanie. It is a super quick and easy pattern that works up really fast. And you can see the little texture here of the brim. So basically, if you can double crochet and single crochet, you can make this beanie. It's really simple, and how I make this texture on the brim is by just doing back loop single crochet, and I'll show you exactly what that means later on in the video if you're not sure what it means to back loop single crochet. But before we go any farther in this video, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss future free patterns and tutorials that I will be doing. And we'll jump right on in. Okay, so this yarn that I'm using is, I love this chunky yarn. I'm going to be making another one in this color. I am not 100% for sure on the name of this color because when I pulled it out of my stash, it doesn't have a label with it, but I do know it's I Love This Chunky, which comes from Hobby Lobby. I'll be using this color, which is Heather Denim, but I'm pretty sure it's actually I got on clearance, so it's probably discontinued color. But they do still have lots of colors of I Love This Chunky at Hobby Lobby. There's a variety of different colors, and I think this beanie would work great for both men and women. It is an adult size. It is approximately 8 inches tall and about 9 inches wide unstretched. So it's got about an 18-inch circumference before it's unstretched. So it'd fit an approximately 20 to 22-inch average adult head. One more important thing that I will mention for this hat is you want to make sure you get your gauge right and make a little gauge swatch, because if your gauge doesn't match my gauge, you have the potential of your hat not fitting properly. And I am using a 6mm or J hook and using my 6mm and this I Love This Chunky number 5 yarn. My gauge is 6 rows by 11 stitches is 4 inches in double crochet. So, and I'll make sure to write that across the screen so y'all can read that and understand that, and make sure you use the right hook to obtain the right gauge. I don't always worry about gauge, but when you're talking about a hat, it's kind of important. So we'll just go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to make this beanie. Okay, so to start, the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a magic circle or a magic ring. That's both the same thing. And to make a magic circle, I'm going to take my yarn. I'm going to take the tail of my yarn to the left, and I'm going to take my working yarn and wrap a circle like so. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to wrap it like this. Then I'm going to take my hook, go under the circle, grab the working yarn, and there's your magic circle. And I'm just going to chain 1 to secure that so it doesn't come undone. And there's your circle or your magic circle, and you can pull the tail to kind of close it. And we're going to work 12 double crochet into this magic circle for our first round. And as you go along, if you need to, if your magic circle is a little bit too big, you can pull it just a little bit and kind of make it a little bit smaller so it's a little bit easier to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and work 12 double crochet in this magic circle. Okay, after you've done your 12 double crochet in your magic circle, you're going to go ahead and pull that tail and close your magic circle like so. And we'll come back later and I'll show you how I knot this and weave that end in to make sure that doesn't come undone. Because you have to knot this. Anytime you use a magic circle or magic ring, you have to knot that end tail of yarn, because if you don't, you have the potential of it coming open and your work coming undone. So after you close that, we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet of the round. So at the end of round 1, you should have 12 double crochet. Going on to round 2, we are going to chain 2, and this chain 2 will not count as a stitch. And then we're going to work 2 double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 2, you will slip stitch into the first double crochet of the round, and make sure you're slip stitching into the first double crochet and not the chain 2. And at the end of round 2, you should have 24 stitches. Okay, so round 3, you will chain 2. We're going to double crochet in 1 stitch, and then we're going to put 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So next stitch we'll do 1 double crochet, next stitch we'll do 2 double crochet, and we'll just continue that all the way around for round 3. And after you have went all the way around, you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch of, or first double crochet of round 3. And at the end of round 3, you should have 36 stitches. Okay, so for round 4, you will chain 2, and you're going to work a double crochet in 2 stitches. And then you'll work 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. So we'll double crochet in 2 stitches. And then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And I will just repeat that all the way around for round 4. And when you reach the end of round 4, slip stitch into the first double crochet of the round. And at the end of round 4, you should have 48 stitches. Okay, so moving on, round 5 through 10 will be worked the same way. We are through increasing, and now we'll just be working the body of our hat. So for round 5 through 10, you're going to do them all the same. I will chain 2 and work 1 double crochet in each stitch around. At the end of round 5, you will slip stitch into the first double crochet of the round. And I'm going to work rows 6 through 10, and you're just going to repeat row 5. So rows 6 through 10, you're just going to repeat row 5, chain 2, double crochet in each stitch around, and slip stitch to the first stitch to join. And after I finish round 10, I will join back up here with y'all. Okay, so I finished round 10. And after rounds 5 through 10, every single round, you should have a total of 48 stitches. Since we are not increasing or decreasing, your stitch count should stay the same. So I'll just mention that. But going on, rounds 11 through 14 are worked the same way. And they are worked in the back loop, which gives the beanie this texture. Now, these next few rounds, you can not work them in the back loop and just work them as regular stitches if you prefer. But it wouldn't give the brim this texture, and I really like the look of just doing back loop stitches for the brim. So going on to round 11, I'm going to chain 1. So normally when we work into a stitch, we work into both the front and the back loop by inserting our hook under both loops. But to do just a back loop single crochet, we're going to just insert our hook into the back loop. So for round 11, after you chain 1, you're going to work a back loop single crochet in each stitch around. So I'm going to go insert my hook into the back loop only and make a single crochet. And I'm going to repeat that in each stitch around. So I'm going to just insert my hook into the back loop and make a single crochet. And I am just going to repeat that all the way around. Once you reach the end of round 11, you will then slip stitch into that very first single crochet of the round. And that is what it'll look like after the first round of back loop single crochet. So rounds 12 through 14 are going to be worked the exact same way as round 11. You will chain 1, back loop single crochet in each stitch around, and slip stitch to the very first single crochet of the round. And I'm going to go ahead and work rounds 12 through 14. So I just finished round 14, and your hat is now, you are now done crocheting, and all you want to do is cut the end of your yarn, and you can weave in the ends. And I'm going to show you how I knot this end where we made our magic circle at the top, so you can make sure it doesn't come undone. So I'm just going to pull that through like so. You can weave this tail in, and then I'm going to flip it inside out here and show you how I knot this top end. So I'm going to put my yarn on my yarn needle, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pull it pretty tight. You want to make sure you have that hole completely closed. And then I'm going to pick a stitch over here, any stitch will do, and I'm going to go under, and you're not going to pull it all the way through. You're going to leave a little loop right here because you're going to take your yarn needle, go back through this loop. Now I'm going to pull the end and pull the loop we went through down flat, and I'm going to take my yarn needle and go back through this other loop we made and pull it tight, and that will knot it so that it will not come undone. And then you can just weave this in back through these stitches around here like so, and then just cut that tail. And then you can weave this bottom tail down here in, and your hat will be complete. And that's how easy it is to make this basic bulky beanie. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure and drop me a comment below and let me know if you made this beanie or not, and what color yarn you used and what brand of yarn you used. And I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, and happy crocheting.